updated budget recommendations for 2017. As always, we tested and researched many cameras, and these are the best so far. Full disclosure, we paid for most of these ourselves, but we got 2 for free. There's a lot to cover, so let's get started. Starting with the Viofo A119, this is my top pick for value for $100 American. It delivers the key features of a great dash cam, which are good design, reliability, and video quality. First off, the camera blends in with your windshield. The all-black wedge design is stealthy and looks nothing like a GoPro or a camera, so it's less tempting to steal. Looking inside, the A119 uses capacitors, not lithium-ion batteries. Both store energy to safely shut down your videos when you turn off your vehicle. Capacitors are more reliable and heat-resistant, so your camera is less likely to fail and need replacing. The only downside is the power lasts seconds, not minutes, so you can't record outside your vehicle, but this isn't an action camera. Moving to video quality, this camera has amazing clarity, which means you can better capture details like license plates or faces. The A119 records at Quad HD 1440p. The sharpness and clarity are the best I've seen, and only improve when you pay around double the price. At night, there's less video noise and motion blur, so you can read more license plates on moving vehicles. Capturing these details are important for hit-and-run incidents or if the other driver lies, so you can prove what happened. Going to the front, the lens can move up and down as well as side to side, which helps drivers who need to mount it in the corner of their windshield because of local laws. The A119 also has a GPS, which is used to log your speed and position, not give you directions on where to go. It's now integrated into an optional $10 mount, which doubles as a quick release. You can pull off the camera without unplugging the power cable. Looking closer at the mount, it uses an adhesive pad to attach to the windshield, which is more sturdy and has less vibration compared to suction mounts, which allow you to move cameras between vehicles. More on suction cameras later. Also, like all dash cameras, the A119 does 2 things. 1, it turns on and starts recording when it receives power. 2nd, it overwrites the oldest files in a loop so you never run out of space. Most importantly, the A119 has persistent audio and LCD error warnings, which can tell you if the camera has problems recording. The A119 lacks an automatic parking mode, which means it's not an ideal camera to film while parked. We'll talk about a good choice later. Still, the Viofo A119 sets the standard for a good dash cam and is my first choice if I had to make a blind recommendation. Next up is the $50 A118C, which I think is the best in its price range. You can find cheaper cameras, but the video quality is significantly worse and they break down more often. The A118C includes a wire hider, which makes the camera look factory installed. Looking inside, it uses a capacitor and what the C in its name stands for. If it's just A118, that's the version which uses a lithium-ion battery. Looking at the video quality, it records at a lower 1080p resolution and is noticeably less sharp, especially with moving objects, but overall, you'd be happy given its price. At night, the video quality has lower details, and the reduced dynamic range means there are dark shadows and less lit areas where it can obscure pedestrians. The video quality is actually quite good compared to even more expensive cameras, it's just the newer A119 is that much better. The A118 also falls behind in error notifications as is limited to LCD warnings. When your SD card fails, you won't even receive a warning that your camera isn't working. You can drive off unprotected and only realize there's a problem when you get into an accident or get a ticket. In December 2016, Viofo launched the A118C2 and A119S. When this video was released, I didn't think they were worth buying. Let me explain. The A118C2 is an upgrade to the original A118, which has an improved lens with 2 grooves to hold an optional $15 circular polarizer, which reduces reflections and glare from your windshield. The video quality is noticeably better. At night, the new lens lets in more light, which means you can capture more details like license plates. As well, the unit itself is better shielded to prevent electronic interference with your GPS or radio. However, the C2 pricing was too high to recommend as the A119 is much better and costs a little more. The new A119S uses a Sony Exmor instead of an OmniVision image sensor and costs $20 more. From the video samples we've seen, it doesn't impress us, but we'll give you our full verdict when it's fully tested. Keep in mind, our recommendations may change depending on pricing. take a look at the description below for updates. I want to bring up the $100 Rexing V1 as it's frequently compared to the A119. The V1 is worse. The Rexing has a larger body and LCD screen, which is more noticeable. The video quality is much lower and is more like the $50 A118 as both use the same image processor and sensor. It also uses lithium-ion batteries and not the capacitor of the A118C. Rexing has great customer service, but I don't think it's worth $20 to $40 more and a loss of a capacitor. Moving on, as not everyone is a fan of wedge-shaped cameras, we have 3 other models you can consider with different functionality and style. First up is the $70 Yi dashcam, which is the cheapest Wi-Fi camera we recommend. The Yi has a more traditional camera-shaped body and bright metallic paint, which does make it more noticeable. The Yi can rotate 360 degrees to film police encounters, interesting scenes, or the faces of drivers. This is an advantage over cameras like the A119, which can only face the front. The Yi uses lithium-ion batteries, which means it's not a good choice for hot and humid environments, but it's not unreliable. In fact, the Yi has survived the summer without any heat-related issues. As well, its lithium-ion batteries store more power, so you can record for 10 minutes outside your vehicle. We reviewed the Chinese version, which has a suction mount. The international version uses an adhesive mount instead. The video quality is quite good overall, with a maximum resolution of 1296p. The daytime quality is somewhat reduced as a result of the wide angle, but I'm satisfied with its performance. At night, the Yi has great clarity and sharpness, coming in just behind the Viofo A119 dashcam. Using a smartphone, you can wirelessly connect to the Yi to transfer and view files. This is pretty handy after an accident, so you can discreetly look at your videos and back them up without letting the other driver know. The app was well designed and you'll have no problems using it. The combination of good video quality, Wi-Fi, and the added 360-degree coverage are hard to beat at this price range. The Yi is an option for anyone living in mild climates, generally less than 25 degrees Celsius, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Next up, we have the $100 Transcend 200. This camera is best for someone living in a very hot and humid environment and on a budget. It has the functionality of the Yi, but with capacitors, proven reliability under hot weather, and a 2-year warranty. It also has Wi-Fi, but it's not as good as other cameras. The app is rather lackluster with a clumsy interface, but you can view and download files. The video quality is what most people have issues over. During the day, the sharpness and overall clarity isn't very good. At night, I would say it has the worst video quality of the cameras here, but it's still good enough to prove that you weren't at fault. I understand the Transcend 200 has limited appeal for most users, but it does have its place. Make sure you get the model with the adhesive mount, as the suction version kept falling off my windshield. I did hope its replacement would be the Oki DR01. It's made by a great company, has better image quality, capacitors, and a 2-year warranty. However, the mount doesn't allow the camera to face these side windows, which for me defeats the main reason for using a camera-like body. Moving forward, we have the $100 Golux T3. This is the camera for anyone looking for a slim, stylish camera with a good parking mode. We tested a number of cylindrical cameras, researched many more, and a T3 emerged as our choice for most drivers. Its dark obsidian color and chrome lens looks great, but it's still fairly stealthy and will be a good fit for luxury vehicles. You might notice there's no LCD screen, so you need to use a smartphone and their Wi-Fi app to change settings and view videos. Overall, it's easy to use and quite functional. The T3 uses a wireless button to activate video protection. This locks the current footage from being overwritten, which is helpful to save interesting or accident footage. The wireless design is quite useful compared to most cameras, which require you to reach for a button. The T3 uses a capacitor, which is important for its parking mode. This is a special motion detection or time-lapse video recording setting to save space on your memory card while your car is parked. This feature automatically activates when you haven't moved for 3 minutes, and I thought it was effective. Testing for power efficiency, the T3 used less energy than most single-lens cameras, which extends your recording time. During parking mode, your camera requires constant power even when your vehicle is off. Typically, you'll go through your fuse box to your car's battery. This is too long to cover right now, so we have resources in the description below. Looking at the video quality, the daytime footage was rather unimpressive and wasn't as crisp and clear as I would have liked. At night, it's not that sharp, but the dynamic range is fantastic, and the low light performance is good for rural environments. We chose the T3 over the similar DD-Pi Mini 2 camera because Golok has committed more to the overseas market with an 18-month warranty, better customer support, and Amazon fulfillment. If you need a budget camera or more stylish camera than the A119, you'll want to get the Golok T3. You may have noticed the G1W didn't appear. That's because we removed it from our recommendations list. Reliability has always been worse than the A118, and now more fake units are appearing. There are good retailers selling genuine G1Ws, but I think the Yi and A118C are better units. If you're looking for a premium camera which have better reliability and performance, we made a separate video on the 3 cameras we recommend. As always, buying a durable SD card is important, as your card is damaged every time you write videos to your memory card. The 64GB Lexar 633X is our value pick and is widely available. The Transcend Endurance is our top pick as it's made from MLC NAND, which lasts longer and is optimized for use in dash cameras. To learn more, see our video on SD cards here. As well, links to full reviews, updates, and to authorized retailers will be in the description below. Those are affiliate links, and I really appreciate if you use